Hi, and welcome back. A healthy growing company is something every business owner strives for. At Stealthy Wood, we have grown by having new products, multiple physical stores, and by developing brands. We did this strategically to increase our revenue and growth. But as you may have noticed, we want to go international. To achieve this, we need a way to sort our products, companies, and brands. We already learned how to do this with our e-commerce and multi-website platforms, but we still need to do it in our back end. More than that, we work with customers from many countries, and we don't believe that the US employees will need access to our contacts or contracts from Belgium, for example. And the opposite is also true. After all, the two countries have different taxes, types of contracts, but also different products. Each company should have its own environment and settings. To set this up and keep everything under control, we will use the multi-company feature of our Odoo database. Doing so, we will separate our businesses and avoid confusion or headaches due to data overload. Each user will be able to access the documents of the company he's working at without having to deal with a huge amount of information from other branches. So let's see this in Stealthy Wood's database. All right, so here I am on my database, specifically looking at the settings module where we can enable the multi-company feature by going to our general settings. Once we're here, we're going to go ahead and scroll down to the multi-company section. All right, we're going to select this, and once you do, you'll be able to see these other options that I'm looking at right now. So first of all, you'll have the choice to share a common contact book and common product catalog amongst your companies. I'm not going to choose that option because, as I said earlier, I do want my companies to be in a completely separate environment. However, you might find that advantageous for your company. Okay, so keep it in mind. And I am going to select this option, intercompany flows, where we can define rules based on how our companies are interacting. All right, so I've already saved these options. And let's go ahead and create a new company. Now we can do that by going to Users and Companies, clicking on Companies, or we can go ahead and click on Companies right here from the settings page. So I'm going to go ahead and do that. So right now we see that my only company is Stealthy Wood, but I'm going to go ahead and create a new one. Okay, I'm going to say Stealthy Wood Belgium. Okay, and then we can add some information. The first thing I'm going to change here, though, is going to be the currency, because as soon as I create some journal entries, I will not be able to change the currency again. So we want to be sure that we're choosing euros since Belgium is in Europe. All right. And then we can go to our company rules and we can define these as well if we would like to. So we can say if we would like to synchronize sales and purchase orders. Okay. And you have a couple of options here, which you can select. Or we can synchronize our invoices and bills. So I'm going to go ahead and do that. Let's click on Save. All right. And now we want to be sure that everyone who we would like to have access to these companies does. Or if we don't want someone to have access, how we can remove that. So we can go to Users and Companies, Users. Okay. I'm the only user for now, so of course I want to have access to both. Since I created my second company, Stealthy Wood, I'm going to automatically have this as one of my allowed companies. Now, I haven't refreshed the page yet since I created that company, so I'm going to do that right now, because as soon as I refresh the page, I'm going to be able to switch between the companies in the top right, as we can see. Okay, so I can switch between the two environments. All right, if I want to remove access to one company, I simply have to delete, save, refresh, and I won't have that access anymore. All right, but as the admin, I will always be able to add that company once again. All right, it's as simple as that. Now, we need to be really careful as the admin of a multi-company environment, because even though we don't share products or contacts, you may be able to view documents from other companies, even though you are only looking at, for example, I might be able to see documents from Stealthy Wood Belgium, even though I'm currently looking at Stealthy Wood. And only the administrator of the database will have this access. So it's just a little bit tricky, so be careful when you're in a multi-company environment. All right. So that's basically the essentials of creating or using the multi-company feature. All right. So it's really easy to create a new company. We want to be sure that we select the correct currency. All right. And it's so easy to allow access or remove access to these companies amongst your users, so you can be sure that everything is secure. And that's all for this video. Thank you for watching.